Hey everyone, if you're streaming or recording video and you're tired of manually adjusting your camera every time someone moves, this PTZOptics Move 4K might be exactly what you need. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I recently set this up for a small conference stream, and honestly, it felt like upgrading from a flip phone to a smartphone. The Move 4K isn't just another PTZ camera, it's built to grow with your setup. It gives you SDI, HDMI, USB, and IP output all in one box. That means whether you're feeding a switcher, a computer for OBS, or even a remote encoder, you've got the connection covered. I was able to plug it straight into my ATEM Mini Pro via HDMI and into my streaming PC via USB at the same time without any extra adapters. That kind of flexibility is gold when you're trying to keep your workflow simple. One thing that surprised me was how quietly it moves. I've used other PTZ cameras that sound like a coffee grinder when they pan or tilt, but this one is almost silent. During a live panel, no one in the room even noticed when it adjusted to follow the speaker. It's got 3D noise reduction too, so even in low light, the footage stays clean and sharp. I tested it in a dimly lit room with only a couple of LED panels, and the auto-white balance kept the colors consistent without me touching anything. The auto-tracking is surprisingly accurate. I set it to follow movement, and it locked onto the presenter without drifting or overcorrecting. It's not perfect if someone walks out of frame fast, it can lag a half second, but for most presentations, interviews, or even classroom use, it's spot on. I also like that you can mount it almost anywhere. It's small enough to tuck above a screen or behind a lectern, and the discreet design means it doesn't scream camera in a professional setting. Another thing worth mentioning, the built-in tally light is bright and clearly visible, even in bright rooms. That's a small detail, but it makes a big difference when you're trying to avoid awkward on-camera moments. And the advanced white balance modes mean you can trust the color temperature to stay consistent, even if the lighting changes during a long session. Now, it's not flawless. The USB output is limited to 1080p over UVC, so if you want 4K from your computer, you'll need to use HDMI or SDI. Also, the auto-tracking works best with one person in frame. If multiple people are moving around, it can get confused. But for solo presenters or small panels, it's really solid. Overall, this camera is a great fit if you're doing live streams, webinars, conferences, or even remote teaching. It's well built, quiet, and versatile enough to adapt as your setup grows. If that sounds like what you need, check out the link below. I think you'll like what it can do for your setup. For most buyers, the real question is not whether PTZOptics Move 4K 30x auto-tracking PTZ camera with built-in tally light, 3D noise reduction, and advanced white balance modes, gray, sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like designed with the future in mind and every Move 4K camera features SDI, HDMI, USB, and IP output, and actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. What stands out about PTZOptics Move 4K 30x auto-tracking PTZ camera with built-in tally light, 3D noise reduction, and advanced white balance modes, gray, is how it seems positioned for buyers who want something practical, easy to understand, and worthwhile beyond the first impression. That usually matters more than flashy marketing because long-term satisfaction comes from how well the product fits your actual routine, priorities, and expectations once you start using it regularly. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like PTZOptics Move 4K 30x auto-tracking PTZ camera with built-in tally light, 3D noise reduction, and advanced white balance modes, gray, usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.